Sairam children. Children, in the last discussion of this chapter, we have discussed many things. We have discussed about the data types. We have completed that topic. All the data type we have discussed. We have already done the practical work also based on the data types. Now, we are going to discuss with new topic that is operators. Now, what are operators? Basically, we are having six types of operators: arithmetic operators, relational operators, identity operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, membership operators. So, the sixth topic we are not going to discuss today because we are going to discuss this topic in chapter number 10. Okay, so let's discuss first of all what are operators. So operation being carried out on data are represented by operator. This topic we have already discussed, children. Let's recall that topic. See, A is equal to A plus B. Now this plus represent operator here, and this A and B represent as a operand. Okay, so anything which add two variables, anything which multiply two variables, anything which can minus subtraction two variables or three variables, anything a long expression is also can represent in the form of operators. So the operators which we use inside the two variables or more variables are called operator. It can be plus, it can be minus, it can be multiplication, it can be divide, anything. Okay, so operations being carried out on data. So on data, whatever operations we are performing. So operations means it can be plus, minus, division, some multiplication, anything are represented by the operators. The symbol that trigger the operation on data are called the operators. Whatever data you are having that trigger the symbols, okay, so that are called operators. Operations are represented by operators and the object of operations are referred to as operands. Now what are operands? Let's discuss in short. Again I am repeating, A is equal to A plus B. Now A and B are adding with each other. After that, whatever result coming out, that result is going to store inside the A. So operands will be A and B here. Okay, now first of all, let's discuss with a very first operator, that is arithmetic operators. In arithmetic operator, what we are going to discuss, let's see that. Okay, now to do arithmetic, Python uses arithmetic operators. So we are having many types of arithmetic operator. Let's see. See, we are having addition, we are having multiplication. Let me zoom this. See, now we are having addition, multiplication. This is called floor division. This is new for you. I will explain you after a few minutes about the floor division. Then you are having subtraction, you are having division, you are having remainder. So we are going to discuss small program on basis of these arithmetic operators so that the functionality of these operators are clear to you. Okay, one more operator is there. This is called exponentation. The symbol of exponentation is like this. Two multiplication signs are there for exponentation arithmetic operators. Okay, now each of these operation is a binary operator. It requires two values. Now this we have discussed that we are having two types of operator. One is unary and second is binary. Now unary operators are those operators which are applied on single operand. Single operand means like if A is here, we are writing A plus plus. It means only one operand is participating in this. Only A is there. Other operand is not there. So this is called unary operator. Binary operator means like A is equal to A plus B. Now in this A and B, two operators are participating. So this is an example of binary. So binary operators works with two operands and unary operators works with only one operand. Okay, I think I'm making myself clear. Then Let's move to the next. This I have already explained. Unary operators are those which works with the single operand. Okay, now again zoom this. Let me show you. See children, now the operators unary plus precedes an operand. The operand of the unary operator must have arithmetic type, and the result is the value of argument. Now if a equal to 5, so what will be the plus a? Plus a will be 5 only. If a equal to 0, it means 0 you are talking about. A equal to minus 4. So plus a represent like this. See, plus minus gives you minus. So a is 4 here. Okay, getting my point. Now if you are having unary operator with minus sign, you are having unary operator precede with minus sign, it means a equal to 5, minus a means minus 5. Now if you are applying minus to the 0, nothing will happen here because 0 don't have any sign before a number. So minus a 0, so we are having no negative thing with the 0. Now a equal to minus 4, so a is already minus 4, and if you are giving minus a, so this minus and this minus add each other and it gives you positive result. So this is just an example of unary operator. So we are going to use in our programming. So with these programming we are going to discuss more and more about the operators. Now binary operator, I have already explained you those operator which are having two operands, like a equal to a plus b. Now a and b are adding with each other, two operands are participating. If a is multiplied by b, means a is multiplied by means multiplication is there. Again two operands are there. A divide by b, again two operands are there. So these are the examples of the binary operator. Okay, now let's shift to the next slide. Now we are having examples of arithmetic operators. We are having examples of arithmetic operators. So 4 plus 20 gives you 24. So again I am repeating that if you are having a equal to 4, so a is also literal here and 4 is also literal here. You can directly print 4 also, you can directly write a, print a also. Now 4 is adding with 20, you are getting 24. Now a is adding with 5, a is 2 here, so 2 plus 5 you will get 7 here. Now a plus b, a is 4 and b is 6, you will get 10. So in this way you can use the additional operator. I will explain you in the this app also how we can use this plus additional operator, how we can use subtraction, multiplication. Each and every example I'm going to explain in the this Python app. Okay, now children, one more thing is there. Concentrate here in this paragraph. In this paragraph, concentrate here. Python also offers plus as a concatenation operator. Now concatenation means, let me give you one example. If I am having I love one string, my India is the another string. Okay, so I love is stored inside the a variable and my India is stored in the b variable. If I am writing a plus b, now two strings are here, we don't have integer, two strings are there. If we are using plus operator with strings, what will happen? Concatenation is there. Concatenation means bringing two different statements together as one statement. Okay, so if I'm writing equal to c, so if you print c, you will get I love my India, a full big sentence. Getting my point? So additional operator, when you are dealing with string, you will get concatenation, and when you are applying on the integer, that time the perfect solution you will get, a is 2, b is 4, you will get 6. Getting my point? Now multiplication is also very much same like we are doing in maths. 3 multiplied by 4, you will definitely get 12. Now b multiplied by 4, b value is 6, 6 into 4 is 24, you will get 24. Now p into 24, now p is minus 5, minus 5 into 2 gives you minus 10. So these are the basic multiplication which we are performing here. Something is new also in this. Let's see that what is new here. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. Next slide is about division operator. Now division operator divides its first operand by the second operand, always returns the result of float value. Now with the division operator, what you are getting only the float answer. Okay, let's discuss the example of this. 1 minute, let's discuss this. See, 4 divided by 2. See, 4 divided by 2. So 2 2 ja 4, remainder is 0. So you are getting 2 here. So this answer representing here. Okay. So again one statement is there, it always return the float value. It always return the float value, means with decimal you will get the result. So 2.0 is there. Now 100 divided by 10. So 100 divide by 10, 10 tens are, you will get 100, you are getting remainder 0. So 10 is the answer. So instead of 10 you will write 10.0. Okay, getting my point. Now 7 divided by 2.5, you will get 2.8. In this way whole procedure is there. Okay, now let's move to the next type of operator, that is float division operator. So this operator is little bit different, children. What is the meaning of that? In this you will get only the whole value. For example, see, if you are dividing 15 float division by 2, now 15 is not a multiple of 7, definitely you will get remainder. So 15 divide by 2, see, then 7 ja 2 7 ja is 14, you will get remainder 1. Now point here you will get 0, so 5, 2 5 ja 10. So in this way you will get remainder 0. So answer will come 7.5. So in float division you will get this kind of answer 7.5, but 7.5 is not going to print in float division, only 7 going to print, because float division do not work with the decimal point. Float division always ignore. Fractional part is truncated means ignored by the Python. Suppose 100 divided by float division by 32, you will get 3. It means something in the decimal also, but this float division ignore that decimal portion. Okay, now let's discuss with the modulus operator. Modulus operator signature is this percentage sign. Now in this only the remainder part we deal with. For example, again I am taking example of 15. Again I am taking example of 15. 15 divided by 2. It means 15 mod by 2 I am talking about. Okay, so 2 7 ja 14, you are getting 1 remainder. So in this modulus operator you will get 1 answer, because modulus operator always deals with the remainder. Okay children, now exponentation operator, in this you are having two multiplication sign like this. Okay, now in this you deal with the power. See, if you are having 4 and you are having this exponentation sign, it means 4 power 3. It means you have to multiply 4 3 times. Okay, getting my point? So these are the example of the exponentation operator. Now with this you are having one question regarding these operators, arithmetic operators. Then you are having this, which operator we have discussed right now: float division operator, modulus operator, exponentation operator. So let me give you a short way to solve these questions, how exactly these questions are solved. Okay, let's see. Okay children, understand this question very carefully, how exactly we have to solve these questions. See, our very first line is like this: a comma b comma c comma d equal to 9.2 2.0 4 21. See, this is the example of multiple assignment. If I write in brief this particular line, what is the meaning of this line? It means exactly a is equal to 9.2, because a is coming first here and 9.2 is coming first. It means this 9.2 is going to store in a. Now b is equal to 2 means this 2 is going to store in B. Now this 4 is going to store in C. In the same manner 21 is going to store in D. So I have written like this, exactly A, B, C, D values are these. Now print A divide by 4. So this is your division operator. So how exactly you will get 2.3? See, A is 9.2 and 4 you have to divide. 4 2s are 8. You are getting one remainder point goes here. 2 is there. 4 3s are 12. So remainder is 0. So your answer is this 2.3. So you will get 2.3 answer. Next is print A floor division. Floor division sign is there 4. Now in this only the whole part you will get as answer. So again this 9.2 divided by 4, whole part is 2 because after that decimal point is coming, so it will ignore the decimal point, you will get only 2.0 answer. So this will be your answer. Okay, get a point. Now second, third is print B, this exponentation sign. Now B value is 2, C is 4, so it will goes in the power. So 2 raised to the power means 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, it gives you 16.0. So it will return in the float. Okay, so this will be your answer. Next is print D floor division with B. Now D value is 21 and B value is 2. So 21 divided by 2, 2 10s are 20. You will get one remainder. So 10 will be the answer. 10.0 will be the answer. It will ignore this remainder. So this will be your answer. Next is print A C. Now what is A here? A is 9.2, C is 4. So you will here modulus deal with remainder. Modulus deal with remainder. Let's see how. 9.2 divided by 4, 4 2s are 8. You will get 1 point. You will get 2. Okay, so 1.2 will be the remainder. We are not going to solve this more. So 1.2 will be your answer because modulus always deal with the exponentation. Getting my point? Okay, now next example is print the area of circle of radius 3.75 meter. Now radius is given to you 3.75. Area is pi r square. Pi value is 3.14. Radius we can write into this because 2 square. R square you have to represent. You can write like this with the exponentation for, you will get the area. So I hope you are able to solve these types of question clearly. Now binary arithmetic operation addition, you are having 6 plus 5 is 12, 5.6 5 plus 6 is also 11. Sorry, I have just say 12, answer is 11. Minus subtraction, 6 minus 5 is 1, 5 minus 6 you will get the negative sign because greater number sign always come. Multiplication, 5 into 6 is 30, 6 into 5 is also 30. Now this division, 60 divided by 5 you will get 12. That 60 mod by 5 is 0, 6 mod 5 is 1 because in this you deal with the remainder only. Floor only deal with the dividend part. Exponentation means power. So with this I hope you are very much clear with the all binary arithmetic operators. Okay, now next topic is about augmented assignment operator. See, this is a very interesting topic, children. Augmenting assignment operator. See, let's see what is so interesting about this topic. Combine the impact of arithmetic operator and the assignment operator. Now first you need to understand what is assignment operator. Assignment operator is this equal to operator. See, if I am writing a equal to 5, so how I am going to read this sentence? A is assigned by the value of 5. Okay, so this is the assignment operator. So if it is written like this: a is equal to a plus b. What is the meaning of this? If a is having some value and b is having some value, both values going to add with each other, the result whatever you are getting is going to store inside this a. This is the meaning of this statement. Again, I am repeating. See, if you are having a2, if you are having b4, a plus b means 2 plus 4, it gives you 6. Now, this 6 is going to store inside this a. So whatever is present in the leftmost side, everything is going to store in that variable only. So now what is the role of augmented assignment operator means? You can, instead of writing like this in a big statement, you can write in short like this: a plus equal to b. So this statement is equal to this statement. Now how we can read that? A is a variable in which the result is going to store. So a is a plus b. First a is going to add with b, after that the result is going to store in the a variable. Meaning of this statement is like this. Now what is the meaning of this? B plus equal to a means b is a variable in which result is going to store. So b is, suppose b is 7 and a is 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. Now 11 is going to store inside the b. So whatever is present in the leftmost side, the resultant is going to store in that variable. Okay, this is the meaning of augmented assignment operator. Okay, now big chart is there. So what is the meaning of that? Again, let's see. X plus equal to y means x is a variable in which result is going to store x plus y. X minus equal to y means x is a variable in which result going to store. First x is subtracted by y, after that whatever result you are getting, it is going to store in the x. Now x multiplied by y means first x is going to multiply with y, whatever result you are getting going to store in x. X division by y, first divide then store in x. Same manner everything is present. Okay, so these are called augmented assignment operator. Okay, now let's discuss about the relational operator. Relational operators is we are have relational refers to a relationship that values can have one another with one another. See, if two operands are there, what kind of relationship they are having, this depict relational operator. Relational operator determine the relation among the different operands. See, if you are having a and b, so what kind of relationship they are having? Is a is greater than b? Is a is smaller than b? Is a is equal to b? Is a is not equal to b? So what kind of relationship they are having is depicting by this relational operator. So we are having 6 type of relational operator: less than, or equal to, greater than, equal to, not equal to. So in programming we are going to discuss about each and every topic. Okay, now let's take one example of this. A is equal to 4, b is equal to 7. See, 4 is greater than b, 7. So 4 is smaller than 7. So this answer gives you false because statement is false. 4 is smaller than 7. Yes, this answer is true. Okay, so these type of questions and answers are there from the relational operator. How are the following two expression different? Now again, these two expressions are in front of you, how they both are different to each other. See, answer is equal to 8. So here ans is a variable. Ans is a variable in which 8 is assigned. So we read like this: ans is assigned by the value of 8. Now second statement having 2 equal to. What is the meaning of this? Is ans is a variable having some value. Is that variable is equal to 8? So this will be this. Here you are getting a question whether ans variable is equal to 8 or not. Okay, here we are assigning 8 value to ans. Okay, so now with this your relational operators we have discussed. Now next topic is identity operators. See, identity operator, there are two identity operators in Python, is or is not. Okay, try to understand this concept, children, very carefully. Very important topic. Okay, see children, the identity operators are used to check if both the operand reference the same object memory or not. See, if you are having a is equal to 7, okay, and b is equal to 8, so a is going to store at some another memory address and b is going to store at another memory address. Okay, so if question is saying that A is B, means A and B are sharing same memory address. Question is asking this, but answer you will get false, because A is 7 and B is 4, they will get different memory locations. Okay, is not means A is not B means like A is having different memory address and B is having different memory address. So this will be true, because A is 7 here and B is 4 here. So definitely they will get different memory locations. So this second statement is going to be true. Okay, now let's see what is the exact meaning of this. See, A is 10, B is 10. So both are having 10. So definitely they will get the same memory location. Okay, A is B means will return true, because both are referring to the same object. So they will get same memory location. A is 235, B is 240 and C is 235. So A is B. Here it will get false, because A is 235 and B is 240. Definitely they will get different memory location. So A is B is false. But A is C. Here it will get true, because A and C both are having same value. See, if we check the memory location of all three variables, let's see, ID A you are getting this ID, ID B you are getting this, ID C you are getting this. So this A and this C both are having same memory address. So we can use like this identity operators. Getting my point? Now see children, now if you change the value of b so that it is not referring to the same integer object. Now b is b minus 5, a is b now. See, let's see. Now your b value is 240. Okay, from this 240 it's subtracted by 5, so 240 minus 5 you will get 235 in total. Now b is also having 235, so this b also get the same memory address which a and c having. So a is b, so you will definitely get true answer. Now again check the memory location of all three variable, you will get the same memory location. I hope you are getting my point. Now equality and identity is, so in this again I told you that what is the difference between a equal to 8 and a equal to 8. Here computer wants to know that whether a variable is having 8 value or not. If it is having, you will get true answer. If it is not, you will get false answer. And above statement, a is assigned by 8, it means a is a variable and you are assigning a new value to 8. Okay, you are getting my point. Now see children, let's discuss on this example. S1 is equal to abc. Abc is a string. Now s2 is also a variable. Now in this S2 is asking for a variable and you are giving ABC. So see, here this is a string literal and this is a string. So S1 equal to S2. S1 is equal to S2. Yes. S1 is S2. No. Here we are talking about the value of S1 and S2. If we see, S1 is also having ABC and S2 is also having ABC. So if you see the value, S1 is equal to S2, you will get true answer. It means here question is asking whether they are having same value or not. Okay, so you will get true answer. But in S1 is S2, in this question is asking whether they are getting memory location same or not, but they will not get the same memory location. Why? Because this is your compile time and this is your runtime. So in both the cases they will get different memory location. So this statement definitely is equal to false. Now third is S3 is ABC. Now S3 directly getting at compile time ABC, so you can say that S1 is S3. Both are having same memory location. Okay. Now this particular example I have explained you, when you are getting compile time value and when you are getting runtime value, definitely you will get the memory location different. That is why this S1 is S2 or S3. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Logical operators. See, logical operators are those operators, this we have discussed in algebra chapter also. We are having three types of logical operator: or, and not. They work same way like in the Boolean algebra they are working. Let's see how. See, or operators combine two expression and which makes it operand. See, now x and y are the two input. If in or operator, if both values are false, then only you will get the false answer. See, false false, you will get false answer. If one is false, another is true, you will get true answer. Okay, same way they will work like in Boolean chapter. So and operator, if both cases are true, then only you will get true answer, otherwise definitely you will get the false answer. See, both are false, you will get false answer. Both, one is false, another is true, you will get false answer. Only when it will give you true answer when both the condition are true. So here you will get true. So like, see the example, 4 is equal to 4 and 5 is equal to 8. So in this is wrong, so here you will get false answer. In this way you can use and operator in your programming. Same, not operator. Not 5 means whether that variable is not equal to 5. So in this way we will use these operator in our programming. Not 0 result into true because 0 is 0. Okay, -4 result is false because -4 is non-zero. So in this way you can use such kind of things. So let's discuss these questions. Before that, let's discuss about this. See, what will be the output produced following? Type 1 plus 3. So the question wants to know the type of this particular statement. 1 and 3 both are integer value, you will get int. 1 plus 3.0 you will get float because 3.0 is a decimal, so you will get this kind of answer. Now 11 plus 3 you will get 14. 11 plus 3, now 11 is also a string and 3 is also a string. When two strings are using arithmetic operator of addition, then they concatenate. Concatenate means they come together. See, 11 and 3 come together, it represents like 113. Getting my point? Now let's solve these questions. Okay, let's discuss this question from page number 232, example 6. Okay, now x comma z equal to 10. It means x value is 5 and z value is 10. The meaning of this statement is this. Now you are having next statement, y equal to x plus 3. How you are going to solve this statement? Now x is 5. 5 plus 3, it gives you y. Y is equal to 8. Now y value is 8 here. New statement you are having, x equal to x minus 5. X is 5 minus 1, that is 4. Now x is 4 here. Okay, next statement you are having x equal to x plus 5. Now x, you are not going to use this 5, you are going to use this new value. 4 plus z is 10 here. Put 10, you will get 14. X value is 14 here. So this x cancel, this x value is also cancelled. You are having these two new values. Okay, now next statement you are having, print x like this, then comma x. So what is the meaning of that? This x value is 14. Okay, now after that y written like this, it means y is going to print like this, and you have to print y value. Y value is 8. Next statement, you are having z colon like this and put z value. Z print like this and z value is 10. So in this way you will get the output. I hope you are getting my point. Now with this you are having one more example with you. Let's discuss about that. See children, print, this is example 7. Okay, print 14 floor division 4 means you have to deal with the dividend part only. Now 14 divided by 4, 4 3s are 12, you will get 2 remainder. So this 3 going to print. Okay, so you will get output 3 for this statement. After that you are having 14 mod 4 means remainder. Now remainder is 2 here. According to that you will get 2 answer. Then third statement is 14 divided by 4. It means what you will get? You will get the whole result. See, again divide 14 divided by 4. 4 3s are 12, 2 point here, 4 5s are 20, this, so you will get 3.5. So this 3, this 2 and this 3.5 will be your answer. So in this way you have to solve such kind of questions. Okay, your next question is print example 8, print 2 this exponentation side, then no, plus 3 multiply this. Okay, so what is the meaning of this so only one is there, multiplication is there. So what is the meaning of this? 2 multiply this no means no, you have to print 2 times. So this no print 2 times, plus, so but string, so they will come together. 3 multiplied by this means this particular sign going to multiply 3 times, it will print 3 times. So in this way you will get the solution. Okay, now next statement is multiply this whole statement. Now this whole statement print like this. Okay, so 2 multiply this, see no, now no first print, then 3 times this sign will come, then again this will operate, again it will write no, and 3 times this. It means for the first time no is coming, then 3 times it is opening, for another time no is printing, 3 times again it is printing. Okay, so in this way you can easily solve such kind of question. Very interesting question these are. With this I am ending this video children. After this we will move forward very new topic from this chapter only. This chapter is too long children, we have to be concentrate on each and every topic, so that in programming when we start making program, that time your concept should be clear. Okay, thank you so much for attending this class. Sai Ram.